And so it's Schlocktober time, once again, and this year my goal, he said, knowing that it's been since before the pandemic that he has achieved anything resembling a personal goal, or really did anything except keep his head barely above water, is for this year's crop of however many episodes we can put out to be on the lighter side. Not so much in content, because, spooky horror movies, but in terms of scope and scale. Yes, we've heard you that the last couple years got a little on the lengthy and overproduced side, and as I've been neck deep in a project related to our sister series, This Movie Exists, that has, let's say, expanded a bit in scope itself and taken a bit more to produce than expected, and over the last couple of weeks and months, and the use of longer clips here is what often makes episodes like this harder to monetize. Okay, this year we're going to try to go back to the old school model with briefer review-style versions where I encourage you to track the movies down and see for yourself. And as for a unifying theme, well, if there was one for this crop, I suppose it'd be stuff I saw as a kid back in the pre-internet days that stuck with me thanks to a general sense of, did I imagine that? Was that a real movie? And 1983's The Being fits that mold chiefly because my entire memory of this movie for decades was seeing a couple of minutes of it on TV one time, possibly on USA or TBS, both of which I think still exist. USA definitely still exists. Having no idea what I was watching except to go, oh hey, that's kind of a cool monster maybe. And then trying to figure out what the hell it was to no avail until stumbling on it again as an adult many, many, many years later and ultimately discovering, yeah, that's kind of a cool monster and that's about it. But sometimes that's all it takes, since, it obviously worked on me.
Strange and unexplained events are occurring. The ultimate terror has taken form, and Pottsville, Idaho will never be the same.
Anyway, The Being is a monster on the loose movie set in Idaho that basically tries to do the plot outline of Jaws, but in Idaho, with a toxic waste mutant terrorizing a small town. It's a monster that's implied to be a mutated human instead of a shark. The mayor is covering up toxic waste dumping, protect the local potato business instead of the tourism industry, and it's one local detective and a chemical engineer investigator versus local corruption instead of just the police chief, marine biologist, and a fisherman, but otherwise you get the gist and outline of what we're speedrunning. The monster looks like a big lumpy cyclops with claws, and there's some pretty solid gore effects on a low budget. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're paying for a no-bullshit monster movie with a few stylistic flourishes, you pretty much get that. There's some semi-satiric, near-comedic touches of over-the-top self-aware character work on display, mostly in the casting, of former big-time actors in supporting roles. Dorothy Malone, Ruth Buzzi, Jose Ferrer, Martin Landau, and Marion Gordon are all well-known to semi-known stars in their younger days, and basically know exactly what type of movie they'd signed on to do a couple days' work on here, i.e. a movie about a toxic mutant called The Being, where the lead hero cop guy is being played by the producer, Bill Osco, who is also the husband of first-time director Jackie Kong.
Get the hell out of there. Christ. It's you, Mo. You're gonna get yourself killed getting drunk and crashing in the back of people's cars. Don't worry. I'll take you home.
Take it up in here, Gene. Come on.
Kong's mother had been a cinephile and aspiring actress who'd supported her aspirations as a filmmaker, and Kong herself had convinced Martin Landau, most still successful of the known actors in the movie at the time, to join the production by showing up to an acting class he taught and handing him a screenplay. She was already married to Osco at the time. He'd been a producer of exploitation and adult films like Flesh Gordon in the 70s, and bankrolled her here largely on the strength of storyboards. She had an eclectic career after this, best known for directing the comedy Night Patrol, a would-be star vehicle for 80s stand-up fixture Murray Langston, aka the Unknown Comic. He performed with a bag on his head. Yes, that was a real thing. He parlayed into a very successful stand-up stage persona, kids. That could happen back then.
Now they're ready for Night Patrol.
All right, you guys, prepare for inspection.
All right, officers. I want to clean up this city. All right, you guys take the park.
Ooh, that means we get to wear our dress.
Who are you telling not to get excited?
It's educational.
Hey, bud, your fly's down. Oh, yeah.
The long arm of the law has never reached this low. Night Patrol. civil servants doing what they do best.
Don't you make a move, or I'll blow your brains out!
Night Patrol.
I am going to show you a film comedy from my youth that won't hold up.
And the cult horror classic Blood Diner. Last I'd heard, she was still out there as a frequent speaker on the documentary and convention circuit for the horror and Asian American filmmaking community, so good for her. Otherwise, The Being is exactly what it says on the box. There's a monster that's pretty fun, you get some good kills, it's well directed, blocked, and staged, and if you enjoy seeing extremely formerly famous B-list actors show up and do the job in an Idaho set monster movie, this film delivers on exactly that. If you're a completist for this kind of thing, or if you, like me, also saw it fly by on TV back in the days before they would even put the TV titles on screen and wondering what the hell you were watching, now you can find out. It's been released on DVD a couple times, it's not hard to find on streaming and online, so yeah, give it a watch.
My, it's a quiet evening here in Potato Country. So quiet you can hear mosquitoes singing the national anthem. But hey, Sweet Jean's gonna perk things up a little bit. Y'all grab your honey, forget your money, start stomping to the sounds of Miss Dolly Harris.
Schlocktober will continue next week, or when we get the next one uploaded, depending on the state of the world.